Greetings, fellow Terrans. Professor McKee here with our next episode of the Academy Let's Play. And we've got our first fleet attacking Jupiter. They are trying to pick off some of my colony ships I added belatedly to that fleet. But hopefully we are able to win. They have a pretty strong fleet here. 32 ships, but it's a lot of smaller ships, and our provosts are quite powerful. But we'll find out in a few months how successful our attack on Jupiter will be. Meanwhile, in the inner solar system, now that we've successfully pushed the aliens back to Jupiter, they're not going to be able to hit us here nearly as easily. It's going to take a lot more resources to go all the way in from Saturn or Jupiter or even farther out. And I'm sending a bunch of Marines along with a teaching assistant escort to pick off a bunch of servant mines, some humanity first mines. I think it's just those two right now. What I would like to do is push them into the negative for their space resources. As I take things on Earth, their boost income is going to drop as well. As you can see, Humanity First basically owns nothing on Earth right now. They have a tiny amount of boost income. They're losing some of it to pay for, well, they will eventually lose some of it to pay for fissiles once they use up their fissile supply, which will take a while. But they're also burning money. They're going to be very ineffective as a faction, and they're a pretty hostile faction to us. You know, we're trying to eventually reach a peaceful solution with the aliens, not just kill them all. Also, we don't want to just surrender. So these two also, I mean, I probably might go after the Protectorate as well, but I'd love to sort of chip away at their resources. Protectorate's already run out of fissiles, and they all have really low mission control available to them, except the Initiative. They're doing the best right now. And that's because I've basically stolen all the mission control by taking control over most of Earth. Because back down on Earth, well, I am in the process of taking Brazil, which will be the last bit of South America. South America is pretty unhappy about a totalitarian country, Bolivia, taking control over the continent. You can see, where was it? Yeah. Absorbed nation, lost democracy. So if you absorb a country, either through war or through unification, and the parent country has a low government score compared to the country that's being annexed, unrest increases. So I have had a lot of unrest that I had to just beat down with my councilors. But this will be the last time. And after that, all of South America is good. I'll need to fix the xenoforming. There's a lot of xenoflora and fauna running around in this continent. Everywhere else it's been fully removed. I'm still missing little bits of Africa. I'm going to release, once I have the time, because I've finished off South America, the Caliphate, because the Caliphate gets claims on lots of Muslim countries, and Egypt gets claims through its claim tech on Arabia, so North Africa as well as Saudi Arabia here, which would include the Caliphate's claim. And then the African Union gains claims on Egypt. So basically you fold the Caliphate into Egypt, then you fold Egypt into Ethiopia, and you have formed a mega nation. And my two little breakaways here, well, they're already in Federation in June. So halfway through the year, we're going to bring them back in, and that will save me some control point capacity. I'm actually hitting my cap again. But it'll be fixed. I have Pakistan who will be brought in pretty soon. March. Afghanistan is actually quite large too. Someone's been pushing economy a lot. That'll be brought in June. And when that happens, well, what's left is basically Southeast Asia over here. And, well, Spain. I'm working on Spain. So there's not much left for the other AI factions. And there's going to be less and less left as the year progresses. Oh yes, and I forgot to talk about global warming right now. So it's actually gotten a little bit worse, just a tad. I think it was at minus 1.2 or minus 1.21. And now it is gone up a little bit. There's also a methane explosion, so methane shot up, but it'll come back down pretty quickly. So, because of the cohesion issues that European Union had from that giant merge with not Soviet Russia, I'm slowly fixing it, and that's sort of meant I can't prioritize the environment quite yet. It'll happen eventually, though. Okay, so I'm in orbit here. This is the first Marines, RAs that have arrived. The Folly of Pavonis. Interesting. They named it after themselves, the developers. So this could have built ships. And it's producing quite a bit of... Let's see if I can... No, not aliens. Yeah. So it's producing 30 water, 40 volatiles. So they won't drop to negative, but it'll put a dent in their production. And it'll increase mine. Proton-proton fusion done, which gets us to the 5th version of the tokamak engine, power engine for our drive. And that completes all the fusion ones. There's also terawatt fusion, which is useful for some additional reactors, as well as the heavy fusion reactor farm. But because this unblocks antimatter propulsion, I'm going to go for antimatter production first. As you can see, I'm very short on global text now. We're getting there. All right, we've arrived in Ganymede. Okay, they took a couple days to react, but here we go. They're coming to low orbit on the 27th. Oh, they're bombarding. None of that now. Interesting. So they were willing to go blow up the mine I started building, but they seem to be afraid to attack me. Okay. That's good. I'll just get my supply logistics sorted out, and then I'll take the fight to them. All right, so I have refueled, and now it's time for probably the first, possibly last, and certainly most important battle for Jupiter over in Callisto. Well, they are being clever. I launched my fleet to attack their station, And then they launch theirs to attack mine. So they're going to destroy my logistics behind me while I destroy theirs. All right.
Policy direction complete.
Okay. And then this is going to be grant dependence to the Caliphate. So the Caliphate now has these two regions. And has claims over Saudi Arabia. Well, it doesn't have a claim on the capital of Iran, so I'm going to have to research the tech after it. But the idea is to take all of the Middle East, eventually get Egypt, fold it into Egypt, and then fold it into Africa. There goes the station. Yep, and now I'm going to destroy their station. Antimatter complete, or antimatter weaponry complete. And I'll go for... I'll knock off the 2 social science ones. They'll be really quick. See you in a couple days. Space tourism done. This is another way to convert boost into income. It's not as good, I think, as the space hospitals or the media broadcasting. So I never got it. And get this worthless Fall of Empires out of the way. And Fall of Empire done. This just unlocks a bunch of projects that break up your mega nations, but you usually don't want to do that. And now I'm stuck picking something in energy. I'll do electrostatic, I guess. Well, no, I'll do Terra. That'll actually be useful. Climate change mitigation done. This allows us to get fully carbon neutral, 100% sustainability. And oil is gone, which actually greatly reduces CO2 production. And I'll pick up the life science one because I'm already doing 2 energy. So I have completed the year. It's now in the 2041s. And the armies are not doing a terrible job of clearing out the xenoflora. It's horribly inefficient, but oh well. I'm doing it for fun. I've also fully secured the Middle East. I just need to fold them all into the Caliphate. I just threw a coup in Indonesia, so I'm a little bit over cap, but I'm going to start consolidating Southeast Asia, and that's the last bits I need. After that, I've got everything. Well, almost everything. In space, after... Oh, they left. Oh. Well, they did have this very large fleet sitting right next to my own fleet, looking menacingly at each other. They just abandoned Jupiter. Okay. In that case, let me just drop off my little colony ship. And I'll just go blow up their station. Good job, aliens. You just let me seize Jupiter without really doing anything about it. And next time I'll pick out some nice sites to build mines on. Although I've pretty steadily been grabbing mines around the asteroid belt. I've pushed humanity first to negative income on water and volatiles already. Servants are quite close to that as well, so I'm going to be hurting them. Oh, and yeah, humanity first is actually negative on income now. So they're losing money quite rapidly. Alright, so next episode I'll finish securing Jupiter and we'll start pushing further this Trojan asteroid here and Saturn are going to be the two next targets. And then I'll just keep pushing on towards the end of the game. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please comment, like, and or subscribe so that others can find it too. See y'all next time.